Hi class, I just wanted to update you on a few things and remind you about a couple things as well. And I cannot believe how fast this semester is going. First of all, for this week, as you know by now, the posting was not due last week. The third posting, it's going to be due this week. So this coming Saturday is when your posting is due, April 30th. It's the third and final posting. It's up there. It covers the measures of dispersion, so mean, median, mode. And then also, I'm sorry, those aren't measures of dispersion, those are measures of central tendency. So it's been a long day. Measures of central tendency, mean, median, mode, and then measures of dispersion, which is really variance and standard deviation. Variance is just a means to the end of standard deviation. The variance itself doesn't have a lot of interpretable meaning. The standard deviation does. Remember, the standard deviation is the spread of the scores about the mean. So how much are they spread about the mean in either direction? By 9 points, by 10 points, by 15 points, by 2 points, what? Okay, and that gives us a clearer picture of what the distribution of scores looks like. And that's why standard deviation is really important in conjunction with the measures of central tendency like mean, median, and mode. It can be really telling. So for example, on exam 1, if I give you the mean score, the median score, the range, and the standard deviation, you get a much more complete picture about how the class as a whole did on an exam versus if I just gave you the average score. Okay, so it's important to know how to calculate all those things. In addition, I put on some questions in regards to chapter 10, okay, which is a long chapter. About survey research and elite interviewing, but I don't have audio on that, but you'll see as you start reading the chapter and flipping through the PowerPoint slides, which are very detailed. I'm not sure that my voice would have added anything to it, to be honest. It's pretty, I think it's pretty self-explanatory, but if you have questions, I'm always open to answering any of your questions, so keep that in mind. So that post, as well as quiz 6, is going to be due by Saturday, the 30th, by 11 p.m. Okay, remember, for the quizzes, you don't have to register with ProctorU. Okay. Now, however, by Saturday or so, you should be thinking about when you're going to take the exam. Remember, the final exam is due. I just had it up. May 5th. Sorry, I was looking at my other computer. So May 5th, which is a Thursday. Okay, so it's different because it's a Thursday. Everything else is due by Saturday, Saturday, Saturday. This is Thursday. So keep that in mind. So you're going to want to book the time like this weekend, okay, because it has to be, well, it has to be 4 days in advance. So some of you might already want to book it now for the final. The final exam, I will open it up on Sunday, right after our review, and that's something else I was going to talk about. So right after our review on Sunday, I'll open up the final for some people that want to take it, on Sunday. You won't be able to take it prior to Sunday at 3 o'clock. So if you're going to be scheduling your final exam time with ProctorU, it has to be taken, say, 4:30 and after. So between 4:30 on Sunday, May 1st, and 11 p.m. by Thursday, the 5th. Okay, so keep that in mind. It's very important that you keep that in mind. And that brings me to the review. The review is going to be used, I'm sure we could use the technology. I just emailed the people with this new platform to make sure I could still use it, but I don't see, I was thinking about it on my own. I don't see why we couldn't. Basically what I have, but as long as I have access to it, which I do through Blackboard, so even though we're not using Blackboard, I still think I could use it. Basically what happens, for those that are unsure of what Adobe Connect is, I email you a link, okay, and then you open up the link, and then you're in like a virtual classroom where you can hear me talk, you can see me, a little picture of me, actually a little TV, a little screen of me, and then you can like instant message me questions, and the whole class can see the questions, and then I talk, I give you the response. And the way that I set up the reviews is it's open. Okay, so I don't have anything planned. You'll have the study guide, which should be the first two study guides put together, right? Yeah, because it's cumulative, it goes over everything we've gone over in class, and it's just open. So you could ask me any questions you want about the material, and I'd be happy to help you. And that's kind of how we do it for probably about an hour or so. If we need to go a little bit over an hour, that's fine. And I'll start, I think 3 o'clock is a good time. That's what time we're going to do. So hopefully, not all of you guys are in Arizona, but it'll be 3 o'clock Arizona time. Also, and I was able to do this last time, I mean, I am able to record it. So for those that absolutely can't make that time, at least I'm able to record the session. So then at least you can you can listen to it. Okay, you can replay it and listen to it and make sure that you can hear what's going on. So that's important. That'll be Sunday at 3. Also, one more thing, and actually you guys have been the best compared to all my classes, but there are evaluations for this course, and you guys are online, so you're used to doing the online evaluations, but please take the time. I think it takes on average about 5 minutes to fulfill the teaching evaluations. Especially in this class, I think it's critical. This is a 7.5-week class. I would appreciate constructive criticism as well as comments about what you absolutely like and I shouldn't change, and perhaps something that you think I should change or think twice about or whatever. I'm open to it, and I do form my subsequent curriculum oftentimes based on constructive criticism and based on comments by students. So I do take it seriously. I think it's just helpful to me in my profession to understand how the course is working from your perspective, because I don't know. Okay, I'm coming from the instructor's perspective, so I don't know how it's working for you. I could guess, okay, based on test scores and communications and stuff, but I don't know for sure. So that's where you can really help me out, and I'd really appreciate you taking the time to do that. But all the evaluations that have been turned in so far, they've been very small percentages, except for this class has been better than all my other ones. But please, if you haven't done it, please take the time to do that. If you have any other questions about this week's material, remember you need a calculator this week. And you're allowed to use a calculator on the exam, and I emailed that to the people and then they're going to send it to ProctorU, so you won't get in trouble for using a calculator on the exam. And if any questions at all come up, please post it under Post Questions Here form for week 6. And then, of course, Sunday, our live review, you'll get an email from me probably around 2:50, 2:45, 2:50 on Sunday. And then I'll start it, though, at 3. Okay, I'll go live at 3. And we'll have some fun. I think it's pretty neat technology, and you could really ask me anything that's confusing to you, and I'd be more than happy to clear it up. I wish you guys a really good week. Rest up for finals. Thanks.